Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in now. Y'all give this thing a little second here to connect because I'm streaming from one of the streaming services and got a coaching call coming up. And forgive me, I just woke up 2 hours ago, so forgive me. Looking raw, but I got to press forward. Now we have the boys' summer program. Got two more trips, Nashville and Chicago. The link is in the description. If the Lord been good to you, we sure need your help. We got about 20 boys, and then we'll have 5 or 6 mentors, including me. Lord willing, I could go. I might have to go to NBA Summer League for the during the Nashville trip and have to do both Vegas and Nashville. But we working on that. And also for all the singles, make sure you join the wait list at datestanyapp.com. So we getting close to launch, and it's going to be a lot of different things that we are offering for the singles in the marriage movement. But so stay tuned, pay attention to those links in the description. And then the discounted one-on-one sessions, I put that in the Blessed Tribe. Lord willing, next week, bringing back the reviews. So we'll be doing that in the Blessed Tribe. If you're not in the Blessed Tribe, you'll see where it say join up under the video. But you don't want to join from the app. You'll want to go to youtube.com, log into your Gmail account, and then go to my channel and join from there, so you don't have to pay the extra fees, because Apple has fees. So for those of you who join through the app, you paying a little bit more. It's supposed to be $1.99, and I have kept it at that entry price since I started it, whereas most people start at $4.99. So just to keep that in mind. So the Blessed Tribe is very, very cheap, $1.99 a month if you sign up through youtube.com. But let me see here. I was trying to do a airdrop. It wasn't even working. But wanted to pop on and touch on this here situation. This was brought to my attention yesterday. It was very, very disheartening, very upsetting to see what's going on with the Shannon Sharpe situation. And remember, I told y'all before that a lot of times those men who are somehow the videos and stuff was leaked. The blogger, Tasha K, a young lady, reached out to her and gave her the video. She was going through her boyfriend's phone and ex-boyfriend, and the lady say she found some of these videos of Shannon Sharpe and his stylist, and then this guy, I can't really recall what this guy does. I think his name is Jordan. And then he did a video saying that, he's not like that. He doesn't go that way. And that anybody who really knows him and grew up with him would agree and say that he doesn't go that way. And even in the video, to me, it looked like he go that way. And that's one of the things too, what I try to tell people all the time. Like, when a man trying too hard, and I tell my son that, I say, man, when a man trying too hard to look attractive, to look handsome, and doing all that with the muscles and all of that, it's like you got to calm down. Like, got to offset something. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why I come on here looking raw, because I already grew up people talking about Tony wear eyeliner. I guess because I had dark lashes or something, and so it's like, man, I'm trying to look raw. These boys be trying to look pretty, and that's the issue. And then too, I'm gonna tell you, it's not a good look for you swole guys. It's a bad look that Shannon Sharpe want to get so swole, because a lot of times these men be trying to lift the gay out of them. They be trying to pump iron to pump that gay out of them. And it's like, listen, man, you got to carry that to the cross. You got to carry that to the cross. You got to live in your truth and go to the cross and be renewed by Christ. That lifting weights ain't gonna do it. And then on the post, it was a post that I seen, and I'm assuming it's the guy Jordan. And I thought it was a skit because you know how the comedians, they do skits. And I'm really hoping the comedian Lou Young get a hold of this here. But it was a guy, I'm guessing that's the guy Jordan. It was a guy in some underwears. He had on some underwears and a little t-shirt, and I think he had on a do-rag. He walked into the room, and it sounded like he said, Hollywood, this what a LA ticket looked like. And I don't know what a LA ticket is. I really didn't understand the reference. And he was jiggling his thigh. And then he turned around and lifted his shirt up over his booty. And I'm trying not to throw up while I'm talking about it. It's really stomach curling. And at first I'm like, this gotta be a skit. Because it was kind of comical. I'm like, what is he doing? Like, he coming out here built like Buzz Lightyear, jiggling thigh. I'm like, what is this man doing? And then, if I'm not mistaken, the stylist name is Hollywood. So he said Hollywood. So you're sending a thigh jiggle video, a booty bounce video to a gay man. You're gay. You're gay. And it's okay. Like, man, live in your truth. Like, that's the life you want to live. Like, live in your truth. He in the car talk about. And the thing what he don't realize is, like, heterosexual men, we could tell when a man go to talking if he in the men. And even in that video, he was like, that he did in the car, he was like, anybody who know me, grew up with me, it was something he did with that hand. As soon as I seen that hand, the way that hand wave, you're gay. You're gay. You're in the men. You're in the men. You was in the men. Hush. Don't say another word. Don't let a word come out your mouth. You're gay. And it was just, and see, what angers me is that the amount of UTIs out here, the amount of UTIs, the amount of bacterial vaginosis, like, that's why a lot of us, babies coming out with lazy eye. Because they got to slide out that vaginosis because their daddy was dookie diving. And it's just unfortunate. Like, here you got this dookie diving man. You diving in the dookie chute of a man now. And then you going out of that and then into these women. That lady probably sued Shannon Sharpe because he gave her a cataract. Because you with these gay men. And then you going and diving off in. And I'm going to tell you like this right here. I literally could do what Tasha K do. I just choose not to. I don't want to do that. And because I'm a life coach, I can't even partner with her But I be having receipts. I just don't get into all of that. But that's why people be trying to hack my phone and stuff. Because, and I try to say these brothers, because people will come to me and say, hey, this right here going on. And a lot of these men too, that's why they don't like to follow me online, because they don't want they people they dealing with to see that they follow me, because they know if they slip up, then the people gonna come to me and tell me the business. See, me, I come from a different walk of life though. You lose your life for your tongue. So I don't say nothing I ain't ready to die by. So I ain't finna be telling business. Lady came to me trying to get me to tell some business. No, sister, that's that's your lot to carry. I'm not finna expose that man. Can you reach out to him and talk to him? I said, he know who I am. He ain't reaching out to me. He don't want no coaching. He is a dookie diver. That's what he want to do. I'm not finna talk to him. He might try to dive in me. And I got the slit his throat. No. So I'm gonna tell y'all, this right here, this the devil, this is a trick of the enemy. And I'll be willing to bet that the young lady who exposed that man for the dookie shoot activities, I'll be willing to bet she was having unprotected sex with him. Because that's how y'all be doing out here. You're out here nasty. And I'm finna tell you within the next, and this ain't nothing new under the sun. It ain't new under the sun. But that's why I be trying to tell y'all about abstinence, because I made it out. But I've been out the game 20 years. I made it out. Listen, I honestly think it's a new strand of STDs out here that they ain't even got a name for. They ain't got a name for it. They're gonna be calling it fartomia. And you can be like, what fartomia? That's from farts. That's from men diving in the dookie chute and putting it in your vagin. You not married and you having unprotected sex in 2026, you asking to die. You might as well write your obituary. And don't try to get, and don't put me on there for no eulogy. Cause I done told you. And see, that's why I really don't even want to lift weights. I played football in college. We had to lift all the time. I was built like a Greek sculpture. I was 170-pound version of Shannon Sharpe. I don't even want to lift nobody weight now. Because you lift a weight now, you gain. You in the man. Cause here go the guy Jordan jiggling thigh. Why is you jiggling thigh in the video to AK man? Now I'm gonna tell you, when I was 19, 20 years old, I used to run a modeling troupe called the Dazzling Dimes. And there was a group of women that I used to take in the club, and they go up on the stage and they twerk. And the guys in there be throwing the money. Me and my homeboy will scoop up the money, and then we'll go back to my apartment after the club, and I get them their percentage, and I keep my little percentage. As we expanded the Dazzling Dimes, that's how they used to have to audition. Come up to the suite, come in the room, get down in that thong, and look at you. That's what the man Jordan was doing on the video for Hollywood. He trying to be a dazzling dime. I say, now my wife made me shut down the dazzling dime. When I got back with her, I started that after she broke up with me after 2 months. One of my homeboys, he was like, man, you got away with these ladies, man. You need to do something with it. And that's where the Dazzling Dimes was birthed. And it was just me and 8 young ladies. We walking the street of the script of the clubs. And then all the guys started having us host their parties. The guy Jordan was that was a Dazzling Dime audition video. I say, what in the world? But to be a big swole ninja, I say, what? And then the thing about it is, the guy Hollywood, he looked miniature. Unless these just some gargantuan men, that guy Hollywood looked miniature. This man look, and out here running through these big old jokers. And it's just the irony. Y'all boys out here getting souffled by this little man. This man, he looked like Kevin Hart and Cat Williams side. In the pictures, I seen him, and I'm like, what is y'all big, muscular Negro? I'm just flabbergasted, befuddled, medulla oblongata. It's 2026. Did what y'all doing? Nah. Shannon Sharpe, he messing himself up because now it's like, if you're a straight man, you can't even go on Club Shay. And Mike Epps tried to tell us. Mike Epps say Club Shay. But you know what? Mike Epps in the industry. So now me knowing what I know and knowing what I can't tell, I think he was trying to hint and say, and tried to do it under the guise of a joke. So everybody looking at Mike Epps like, oh, you a hater. Oh, you there, black man versus black man. And he was kind of trying to say like, oh, and it's like, come on, Shannon. And then the people had the clips. See, me, I'm not technologically savvy. So I can't do all that all the time. Split share, screen. My computer be done blowed up. So I just look at their videos and what they do and watch it. Shannon Sharpe was on there talking to Ocho. And Ocho, you got to do better. Ocho, your butt got to do better. You are an enabler. You got to do better, Ocho. Because you know I know you. And that's public knowledge. I was Ocho Cinco life coach for a little while. I'm not spilling no beans like Cheyenne Bryant did with Offset DM. Ocho said that out his mouth on his Larry King Live interview that he worked with Tony Gaskins. And that was on after he headbutted Evelyn Lozada. And I was Evelyn Lozada life coach. And that's public knowledge because her and her PR team also put that in an article on the christianpost.com that Tony Gaskins, her life coach. And so she had me work with Ocho. And so I know him. And he's a very nice guy. Very great heart. Well, Ocho, you got to do better. You're enabling Shannon Sharpe shenanigans. And you got to talk to the man. You got to talk to the man like, man, keep your thing up. Put your thing up, man. Like, put your thing up. You know, it's like y'all represent black men and y'all out here for young black men. And that's the thing, not to say the guys over at the Pivot are perfect. I don't know them personally, but two of the three of them are married, and I don't think Fred Taylor is married, but he's not in no headlines. So he whatever life he live, if he got a girlfriend or whatever, like he keep his business out the headlights. So when young men look up to them, they see content producers and stuff like that. But when your lifestyle is all out there and your lifestyle keep coming up in the middle of your work, it's just, as a collective, we got to do better. And what's upsetting me is like seeing the black men who are prominent black men not represent family and wholesomeness and real, like, moral discipline. That's the thing. We need moral discipline. And to see Stephen A. Smith, single man, Shannon Sharpe, single man, and be at the top of their game, and then Shannon Sharpe, co-host, Ocho, single man, meaning not married. And then Shannon Sharpe. And the thing about it is, Shannon, what you got to realize, for one, you're not gonna be able to pay nobody off. You ain't got enough money to pay them off because these people not leaking this stuff. The stuff ain't getting leaked for money, so you ain't gonna be able to pay nobody off. But two, the thing which y'all have to realize is there are no secrets. Like, what's done in the dark come to the light. That's universal law. And you got to understand that. And that's why I live my life the way I live, because we live in a world of exposure. So if I've been married 19 years, if I'm out here cheating on my wife, it's no possible way. There is no secrets. Like, Dwight Howard was out here digging off in cheeks, men. And the man came out and sued him. One man come out and sued him, and he got to put all the details in the lawsuit. And T.D. Jakes' life ain't been the same since the man accused him of being a power bottom. His health has steadily declined, which is very unfortunate. And to be honest with you, I tend to believe 50% of the stuff that come out because I'm out here, and I realize if people was just lying on people, then I would be in lies. Like, why not lie on me? Why not just come out and say, hey, Tony Gaston was doing this right here to me? That's not happening because people just don't make a practice of just lying, because for one, you could be killed. Two, you could be sued. And I always tell people, I ain't taking you to no court. I don't do court. Going somewhere else. Play with my name. And so and that's why I don't play with nobody's name. What I speak on is facts and what's out there, and I'm just teaching a lesson from it. And I still move safely, because even with them lessons, people don't want to be part of a lesson. But the thing about it is, and that's why I'm really promoting abstinence. And then you have dummies out here talking about, oh, you want abstinent. Why are you telling people to be abstinent? And it's like, dummy, my grace ain't your grace. I made it out of living reckless so that you ain't got to live reckless, because you might die. The Lord graced me because of the work he called me to do. You ain't called to this work. You ain't got no microphone in your face. You ain't got 3.5 million followers online. So close your legs, zip your pants up, and shut up, and stop asking why you being told to be abstinent. Because if you want to walk around here with feces in you, then keep opening your little nasty stinking legs, and you're going to mess around and die from a bacteria, because the warning has already been put out there. These men is nasty. Now you starting to see it. And I'm going to tell you something, what this is coming from. This is because of the pornographic epidemic, and also because of people growing, and not being raised. There's a difference when you just grow up, but you weren't raised up. You weren't trained up. So these people, a lot of these men were touched by somebody, male or female. A lot of them was touched, playing house, playing whatever, being left over somebody's house while mama working. She dropping them off to auntie, uncle, grandma, granddaddy, all kind of people in and out that house. A lot of these men was touched. And then you grow up and you get more access. So now they got them a Playboy magazine. Then they got this magazine, that magazine. Then they got the VHS. Then they got the DVDs. And so they go down this rabbit hole. And what a lot of people don't realize is lust can't be quenched. Lust got to be killed. Lust got to be starved. The more you feed in the lust, the stronger it get. And so they keep going. And they want more and more and more. And it's all just they fighting the spiritual in the physical. So they demonic possessed. They have a demon in them, like in the literal sense, like it's a spiritual warfare, it's a spiritual attack. And instead of them fasting, you got to go to the mountaintop, you got to go to the wilderness, you got to fast. Like whenever my brain is acting up, and I done had so many concussions from playing football. Whenever my brain acting up, I fast. I fast. I water fast 2-3 days. I dry fast, no food, no water, and it regenerate my body. Like stuff start to flowing, pain leave my body, my mind, my mental get clearer, because you got to know yourself. And a lot of these guys, they not going into spiritual warfare. They not fighting spirits with spirits. You can't eradicate and eliminate a demon with lifting weights and peptides. You got to go to war spiritually. You need a holy Bible, and you need to fast, and you need to pray, and you need to talk to God however you need to talk to God, but you got to get that demon about you, because it got you perverted and it got you nasty. And the thing about it is, and this is why people don't understand. I remember seeing a dummy online talking about, oh, Tony always talking about sexual sin as if that's the only sin. The devil ain't using no other kind of sin to destroy us. The number one sin that Satan uses to destroy people is sexual immorality. That's what's destroying. Like, think about it. These is dookie diving men with girlfriends, and then they hurting the little gay man's feelings, and so he feeling pumped and dumped. He feeling used. So it's gonna come a day to where he gonna be like, was I just a pump and dump? Was I just a secret? He gonna get tired of being everybody's secret and everybody lying on him and everybody making him look like a fool. Because I seen the video where he said that about Carrie Rose. I remember Carrie Rose because when I was coaching K. Michelle, which is also public knowledge, because I was on her TV show and they had me sitting down there with a bad angle and had me looking bad about it. I'm out there looking, had a gut on me. I said, you got no gut on me, man. Hey, why you go angle down on my stomach like that? And y'all know y'all had me sitting in that recline chair. People texting me, Tony, how often do you work out? Hey, man, listen, that was a bad angle. Had a gut on me on the show. I say, but these people wanted to make me look bad. Had me out there looking like the nutty professor. And so K. Michelle had a music video in New York. And I flew up to the music video, and Carrie Rhodes was the love interest. So I'm out there like, man, see, back then I used to look good back then. So I'm like, man, I could be one of these love interests in this video. Hey, man, somebody need to call me one of these videos. So Carrie Rhodes is the love interest in the video. So but I knew it. I felt it in my spirit. I say, why is this man trying to look perfect? Like, why he trying to look like everything? Man, if you don't get a bag under your eye, man, why wear these bags under my eye? Don't try me. Don't try me, booty gobbler. Oh, I could go get Botox, get this line up my forehead. Cause I used to do like this all the time growing up because I had acne. So I would try to hide the bumps doing this. No, I'm gonna keep that line. Cause now you got these booty bandits out here. I don't want you attracted to me. Cause listen, cause boy, you try me, I'm gonna gut you like a fish. You hear me? Listen, boy, listen. I'm gonna be the uppercut you so fast. I ain't even know I uppercut you. Listen, I'm gonna have your bottom teeth in your brain, boy. What? You want some booty hole? Man, you don't get but you get, man, finish him. What in the world is y'all boys doing? You got all this vaginal walking around here. And you diving in men, and you know we used to skip baths. You know it's women skip baths. Women skip baths, and they have internal stuff and skip baths. So, as boys, we used to run that bath water and sit outside the tub and just stick your hand in it every couple minutes, every 30 seconds. Stick your hand in the water and just do like this, so your grandma think you bathing. Man, we ain't in no bathtub. It's like as grown men, we might go 3-4 days without a shower because we ain't got no insides. And then y'all men is going and diving into the insides of a man. That make you want to pass out. Like, what? I can't even drink the rest of this brown coffee. It's like y'all have to think about what Satan got y'all doing. You inserting yourself into the exit of a man. This man, come on. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. You might as well jump off a cliff. Like, what is you doing? And then it's like, if you're gonna do that, you got to keep that to yourself. Man, don't go out there. Don't go out there. If you're gonna do that, that's the life you're gonna live. Don't drag a woman into that. Like, why are you going and getting OnlyFans girlfriends? Them girls trying to sell a little cat, make them a little money, and you going and putting feces. And I think that's the thing, is like people be like, oh, people could live how they want to live, but you're not really thinking about how this affecting the kids that's online. And the kids online, and they like, man, what's going on? Like, man, what Unc out here doing? Man, you out here doing? And then the thing about it is, like, man, you should never be caught up in that. The man Jordan coming out talking about he not like that, he not finna talk bad about that group of people. Why would you be talking bad about them? Like, ain't nobody expecting you talk bad about them. Like, what is there bad to say about them? Like, what they living their life. Don't come on here trying to act like you not finna be no basher when you're out here bashing. Like, come on, man. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of these men out here, they talking about they got stuff that they could tell. They got stuff they could tell. And I'm gonna tell you, man, it's a lot of people cause the guy Jordan was talking, and I don't know what he do for a living, but the car he was driving had a growl on it. And that seat had a little shape on the head of that seat. So I'm like, who bought you that car, boy? Where you get that car from, boy? You got the line and tow out you for that car. That's your hush money right there. Why is you shooting a video in your hush money? Come on now. You in your hush money shooting a video. Man, you ain't fooling nobody. These boys are nasty. These boys are nasty. You can't even shake nobody's hand no more. You got a fist on them. I'm about to be what's going on, bro? I'm gonna be like that lady who had to go to court for having the phone in her right hand and she ain't got no hand. The officer like, ma'am, I seen you with a phone in your right hand. She said, no, you didn't. How did you do that? I don't have a hand. So you want to just call this a day? How you see me with my right hand? That's how I'm finna be dappy. So when you see me and I dap you up, it's cause I don't know what you into. What up, bro? Yo. Cause what is y'all doing? Like, and then, you know, Tasha K showed a picture. Shannon Sharpe, the guy Jordan. Shannon, you is too swole to be in a room with a man. You, as broad as your shoulders is, you can't be in no kind of private location with no man. And you make too much money to be sharing a hotel room with a man. I don't share a hotel room with a man. I don't even share a hotel room with my daddy. If I got $1 over, and that's my daddy, because you know what? I don't like the idea of my booty touching the toilet seat of another man toilet. So if we share a room together, both our booty on that toilet seat, I don't like the thought of that. So I gotta get my own room. Listen, I have to go into debt to get my own room. I'm getting a payday loan. I'm finna get a payday loan. Get my own room. I'm on Priceline, negotiate the man. Get my room for $32. And listen, down to the Roach Motel to have my own room. Shannon Sharpe, what is you and Jordan doing in the same room? And Jordan out here shaking thigh muscle? He out here shaking thigh muscle. You so swole, can't nobody fit in the frame of the photo with you. And y'all in the same room? Y'all can even get through the door. Slide through the door. In there, y'all can't even turn in the room. Y'all in there bumping shoulder. Oh, excuse me, bro. Excuse me. Give me a hug. Man, what is y'all doing? And then, and see, that's what I try to tell y'all. The men, one thing about it, when I used to sell weed, when I was 19, 20 years old, I had 2 gay male clients. And one thing about them gay men, they gonna keep up some mess. Now see, me, I about that money. So you gonna get the dime bag? Come on, get the dime bag. I about that money. Listen. And they used to bring your clients too. They'll bring your client. Oh yeah, my homeboy, my homegirl, want her dime bag. I went to sell something to the homegirl. I said, "This is a man." He talking about this is homegirl. This is a man. This girl got an adult album, and it's 6'9". kind of girl is this? I said, well, let me get my money, get on up out of here. So one time, my all the way gay male client, he come up, yeah, Tony, I got this checkbook with 33 checks in it. And me and my homeboy, we finna go write checks at Walmart. I said, all right. He said, you want to get in on it? I said, no, I'm straight. Go ahead, man. Let me know how that go. I say, well, one thing about a gay man, they finna keep something up now. They finna have something going on. So it's like, if y'all in there with Hollywood and he pull a camera out, boy, you better run. But see, they was looking the other way in the photo. The guy Jordan looking straight ahead, he doing something. Shannon over in the background looked like he eating his broccoli and grilled chicken. He looking at something. And somebody over here taking a picture. What are y'all? Who took that picture and why are you taking that picture? Somebody took a picture for evidence. They took a picture for evidence because they know good and well Shannon is too swole to be in the same hotel room with another man. They took that. They know what that picture was going to imply. And then the lady, Tasha K, had picture of the guy Jordan. They had it blocked out, but he in the bed, spread eagle. I throwed up. I say, what in the world is I'm looking at? I said, what in the world is going on with these men out there? When I tell you this man had a leg cocked to the side. Whew. I say, boy, I am so thankful that this woman blurred this picture out. Cause boy, life would have never been the same. Would have had nightmares from Tales from the Crypt for months. And then the man on the video driving his hush money, talking about, I know I take some pictures that might be kind of sus. Listen, if you sus, then you suspect. You suspect. Sir, listen, as a heterosexual man, we don't do nothing suspect. There is no excuse on the face of this earth for you to lay down on a hotel sheets with your legs spread and have somebody take a picture of you. Sir, you're gay. And you need to live in your truth. You cannot come back from that. So, ladies, I need y'all to study this. What these men have been released about these men. And it is better to be safe than to be sorry. And listen, you might have to get hold of that camera roll. You might have to get hold of that camera roll. I'm going to tell you now, you might have to get hold of that camera roll. Because listen, if you see one old picture like what the guy Jordan was taking, I'm about it up. Hey, hair screen, excuse me. Yeah, it was great. Get that person. It was great to know you. Got to go. Listen, hey. Oh yeah. Good meeting you. Sorry, I just got a call. Got to go. Hey, listen, it's better to be safe than sorry. Cause I'm gonna tell you what these men is getting into out here. You finna have bacterial vaginosis. It's like all of the monostat is gone. Vagisil, Everything gone. And like, ma'am, that's not from no chicken wing. That's from who you're sleeping with. Nah, if you ain't sleeping with nobody and you had to go down there and get you some monostat batteries, okay. You know that just that pH. It might be the pollen. Got your pH off. You might have ate too much yeast. Okay. But if you sleeping with somebody, you better check that phone. You better check that camera roll. Cause boy, you might find something you don't want to find. I'm disgusted. I'm just like, what in the world is going on out here? And that's what I try to tell y'all. Close your legs. That's why get on the dates in the wait list. The reason why I created that app to go so slow, where you can only talk to one person at a time, is so you can avoid this right here. So you can avoid sleeping with a man who is sleeping with men. Now, see, to listen like this right here. There's a lot of gay men out there who are openly and publicly gay. I ain't got nothing against them. I keep my distance. And the reason why is because I don't want to be nobody temptation. Like, and I know they be trying to say, oh, just because they like that don't mean they're gonna be attracted to you. Like, listen, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Cause I just don't want. Cause I was at the game. I went to the finals. I'm coming up the stairs. I looked up. I could tell how the man was standing. He was in the men. As soon as I seen that one little glance and I could tell how he was standing, and as soon as he seen me coming up them stairs, I'm dressed clean, he took his shades off. He wanted some eye contact. Well, I looked to the moon. Well, I was looking to the 300 section walking up them stairs. I about tripped and bust my nose. Sir. Dude. You ain't even get no eye contact with me. You out here with your hip pop. Sir. No. I know we both black men, but I'm not speaking today. Cause you trying to look through my soul. You're trying to get eye contact. No, sir, reball. No, sir, reball. You ain't even play that game with you. Absolutely not. And I'm gonna tell you something. These men is out here having fun flipping straight men. Supposed to be straight men. And see, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all boys. That's why I don't watch that corn. Because you can't watch that. And some men try to lie. Oh, I just watch woman on woman. Stop lying, boy. Stop lying. You got that thing on autoplay. That thing going right from that woman on one, right to that man on that one. Oh, you nasty. And then you get down there. You know what you're watching. You know you're looking at other stuff. You know good and well you ain't just focusing on that woman. That's why I don't watch stuff. I don't want to see nothing. It's nasty. And y'all got to get to the place to where you understand what's nasty. Y'all trying to be so grown and you trying to pride yourself on being grown till you're nasty. Watching porn is disgusting. That's barbarianism. That's disgusting. If it was okay to watch other people do that, nobody would have blinds and windows and all of that. People would be doing it in the grocery store, doing it in the car with no tent. If it was normal, if you watch porn, you are a pervert. You are a pervert and you are disgusting and you have a demon and you need to fast and pray. I'm telling you. Like, listen, whatever you got to do, you might need to go bump your head on the side of a cliff, whatever you got to do. Like, if I was addicted to that right there, I go out to a mountain and walk up to it and just do like this with my head up on against that rock. I would go out and get mud and just be putting it in my eyes I go to the beach and just eat sand and then go out there and just get seashells and just chew on it to break that addiction. Whatever I would have to do, I would have to break that addiction. Like you go through my phone, you go through every folder, everything. You go through my phone, you go through my search history on Google. Listen, I don't go nowhere near it. Y'all hear me say the word OnlyFans? I used to ain't even like to say the word. I would just say that nasty site because I ain't want to drive nobody to it. And I'm gonna tell you like this right here, and the Lord listening to me, I have never once typed in my phone, computer, anything, OnlyFans.com. Never once to even go look to see what it is, what's going on. Cause they told me it's people on there doing other stuff. I saw the ex credit card scammer. He say he got a OnlyFans and he teach credit repair and all of that over there. And somebody came to me about it one time. Was like, hey, you ought to join this right here because they do other people that's on there. I said, no, I'm not finna join that and be sending my people over there. Now with this economy, I done thought about showing me a toe or something over there. But I'm like, I'm not finna have my people going over there to find me and my content, and then they bump into Bumblebee Triple X and they Mandingo Triple D. And now they done come from my Birth Your Book course, and now they looking at Shalom. I said, no, I'm not finna do that. I'm gonna stay right on TonyGassonAcademy.com. Out there on my own cyberverse, TonyGassonAcademy.com. Going over there, getting the all access membership, getting 80 courses in your life. I can't drive you over there to them people's site. And guess what? The man unexpectedly died. The man who bought OnlyFans out of nowhere died. Caught some kind of, whatever type of cancer. And it's like, man, the irony. The man bought the number one most demonic site of the world and then got a recompense in his body and died young. That's a multi-billionaire. And money don't buy health. As a multi-billionaire. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. And that's what I'm like, listen, you have to be careful. You got to be careful. Like, everything you do, especially if you got a platform, it is going to come out. And you got to make sure when it come out that it's something from a decade ago and that it's not anything vile, that it's just normal. Like if it came out, oh, such and such cheated on they husband 20 years ago, such and such cheated on their wife 20 years. Okay, all right. Okay, they cheated. All right, yes, strike against them. But when it come out that you into all other kind of extracurricular activity that people can't justify, they can't wrap their head around it. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. This thing is becoming a thing about safety. This thing becoming, and I feel terrible. And this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. This is all spiritual. And a lot of people don't realize this all spiritual. Because here goes Shannon Sharpe out here in this tomfoolery and got one of the largest platforms in the world. And if you notice, now he heard me say he keep using his platform for evil and he keep bringing on people to paint a narrative. And so he just brought the smart man on there. I don't know his name, but he just brought the man who real smart on there trying to balance it out. And he probably knew this right here news was about to come out. And so he brought somebody on there smart. And he need to keep doing that. Now, I probably could never get on there because I be having to teach on the stuff that when it come out. So I know if he see me in person, he gonna want to body slam me. They gonna fight you. Oh, fight. Keep your hand to yourself, but don't fight. I shoot. And right to meet the Lord. Talking to the Lord. Blame me talking to the Lord. How did I get up here? But, yeah. I got to do a job. I got a job to do. So I have to teach on the lessons. But the thing about it is, y'all be sending me this stuff, then that shoot me in the foot. Now I can't even go on there and promote Destiny and get all the intentional singles from Club Shay Shay audience on Destiny because I have to touch on this here tomfoolery. And then here go the thing is like, and this is what I'm trying to tell you. You got the man come on there and he go viral for talking about his daughter using him. And Shannon have beef with his daughters because he offered them, he paid an OnlyFans model millions, but then only offer his daughters 30,000 for their wedding. So because he can't sleep with them, you only get 30,000 because you my blood, you my daughter, you only get 30,000. But this old OnlyFans model over here, she get 25,000 a cheat, and she get a lawsuit that get millions. It don't make no sense. So then he bring the comedian on there, Ryan Davis, and then he go to talking about his daughter, his 10-year-old daughter using him. And now that creates this narrative for parents that puts parents against their children. And it villainizes kids. And then he bring Country Wayne on there, which he got an overall good message, but he always saying Jesus is popping, but living in constant fornication and have 1 million baby mamas. And that's probably why he won't answer my DM. I'm trying to put Destiny on the little thing, but they know the way that I live. And so they steer clear of me, and I try to network them and, talk to them or whatnot. They don't answer my DM. I know if it was a booty hole on there, they'll answer that DM. A woman in a thong, or for some of these men, a man in a thong, they'll answer that DM. When I try to network with them, people like, Tony, go on this platform. I wrote all of them. They don't want the truth exposed because of how they living in the dark. So they don't want my message out there because my message is too righteous. It's too holy. It's too pure. They don't want that kind of message. They want K. Michelle on there talking about her husband could sleep with all these other women and she don't care as long as he don't pay their bills. So it's like, how dumb is that? He could go catch HIV and bring it home to you, but can't pay a light bill. I'd rather the man pay a light bill than bring home all of that vaginosis. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that is asinine. That's the dumbest thing in the world to say your husband can go sleep with other women because you want to sleep with them too, or because y'all do threesomes, or because he just could go out and do that, but you don't want him to pay a bill. So you want him to pay with his life because eventually he's going to lose his life. Eventually, from what he catch or for who he sleep with, going to slit his throat. The wages of sin is death. And ain't no way around that. And it's high time y'all wake up. I got to coach a client in 4 minutes, so I ain't got long. But it's time for y'all to wake up. And then all of these messages is promoting fornication, adultery, and it just all just messiness. And that's what the platform's being used for. Then he bring Cheyenne on there. Her up there bumping her gun from Argosy, Kellogg University. And now you see Jamal Bryant just had to come out. And y'all, and I know how y'all live. When I told Jamal Bryant by himself in that video, I already know 5 to 25 of y'all sent that man that video. And now you see he come out with that apology. Because his audience didn't care about her saying take a naked bath. He sent that apology because what I said about his butt. And I'm glad he sent that apology. And then when you look at the clip that Jamal Bryant posted, and he shows back what Cheyenne said, when he tried to jokingly correct her, and he said, "You're gonna make me lose my license." When he tried to correct her, you could see she kind of twitch. She kind of like that demon. That demon was like that demon went to acting up like, no, no. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say, and he said she talking to the married folks. That demon say, no, no, you got to clarify this. No, you came on the pastor's podcast to get unmarried couples in the bathtub naked together. And then the demon had her go further, and I'm calling the demon, which y'all understand what I'm talking about. Mental health, spiritual warfare, all of the above. She went further and say she did that with a man. Remember what I told y'all, people speak from where they are. She had to publicly say that to the world so the man wouldn't go tell that he took a naked bath with her. Jamal Bryant even tried to say, no, y'all get in there with a bathing suit on. And she said, no, naked. And if he could get in there with you and not touch you, I mentally jumped off a cliff when I heard her say that. But that's what these men is using a platform for. And this is the thing, it's too much feminization. Y'all boys is being too feminine, because here go what's a call to talk about. Here's what Shannon Sharpe getting into and all this going on. And then here go Jamal Bryant over here telling Cam Newton he got sexy legs. And it's like our young men see these clips, 13, 15 years old. Mama worked 3 jobs. They on the internet. They see all of these headlines. They see all of this activity that these men getting into. And it's disgusting. And y'all got to do better. But hey, I got to go. Got to coach a client. God bless you. Getting ready to close my one-on-one sessions this month. And for new clients, my current clients, y'all will be able to still hop on. But I'm tired of this here coaching now. So when I replace the coaching, I'm just gonna be shooting more YouTube videos. So it's gonna be more video going out. But y'all give me 1 second. Let me make sure my client ready and pick up the phone before I hang up. All right. Well, my client then pick up. So she might call back. So we'll see if she called. But I leave a 15-minute window, just a little professional window. People have stuff going on, stuff come up unexpected. So you got to be a human with it. But we'll only have 45 minutes if she do call me. But so yeah, still accessible to the people, because everything and what I try to tell people when I'm on here talking, this stuff is general. So it's not going to apply directly to everybody. And so we talk about things and just a outside perspective. But if y'all notice, I don't call myself no expert. I don't call myself no guru. I don't call myself no doctor. No, none of that. It's just me being able to ask questions to help people look a little deeper and get to where they trying to get to in their business, their life, they love life, brand, 3 B's, brains, brand, body. And look at the work that's being done out here by Satan. And when this stuff goes viral, and I'm gonna tell you something, we seen here recently where women caught their man in this down low lifestyle, and the man take their life. So that's what I'm trying to help y'all understand, is that is how Satan is destroying the people through sexual immorality. So here it is. This is what these men don't understand when they get into this lifestyle. Here it is. This man goes and sleeps with men. His woman catches it. And then he gets so angry that demon in him that had him take her life so that she wouldn't leave or wouldn't tell. And then it goes out publicly. So it goes out publicly. And now what it does is it darkens love. It dampens love. It darkens marriage. It instills fear. And I talk to women every day. And one thing I found about a lot of women is women are very easily prone to fear. Women are like your average woman, your everyday woman is very, very fearful. And the only weakness that women really have, and when I say weakness, I don't mean like, not having flaws, but I mean the main weakness for women is men. Like the thing that could get a woman to act out of her character, act out of her body, act out of her mind is a man. And so that's why these women are having unprotected sex with these dookie shoot men. These men is dookie diving and then bringing all of that bacteria and that feces. And that's what people don't understand. The bacteria mixing is how STDs was created. That's how they come about. It's just different strands of bacteria mixing. And guess what? God made it that way so that it will be a lifelong lesson for you. And the ones that you could get rid of with that Z-Pack, that's your warning. That's your warning. If you get that warning and you don't adhere to that warning, then you're going to get a gift that keep on giving, something you can't get away from. Some people get that before ever getting the Z-Pack warning. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. And I'm going to tell you like right here. Shannon, Sharpe, Jordan, Hollywood, y'all going to end up with something that you can't get rid of if you ain't already got it. If you keep living like this, you keep getting out here doing this foolishness. And this what I try. The other thing that the devil uses is money. So sex and money. And you see people talking about that. It's rappers that had songs and albums and movements, and they literally would call it something to the tune of sex and money. That's demonic. Because the reason why Jordan out here allegedly spreading cheeks is for money. For that car he riding in with that little growl on it. That's why. And so it's some men, and that's why I try to tell my son, he growing his beard out and stuff right now. I'm like, son, man, you got to have a little roughness about yourself. Don't be out here getting caught up in this looks maxing and all of that. I said, all that right there, that looks maxing, and be too worried about how you look and all that is gay. You're a man. You're a man. Men don't worry about all that. Yeah, wash your face, brush your teeth, take your shower, But after that, get out the darn mirror. Get out the mirror. Get out the gym. Go. That's why I don't work out no more. Because I work out, but that's why I don't go to my trainer no more, because he had me lifting too much weight. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to go to the NFL, man. I told you, I'm just coming in here to go through the motions. Like, I'm coming in here like I want to do the geriatric workout. Give me a band and let me sit there and curl that band, man. You got me lifting 250 pounds, bro. I'm not trying to be swole. Like, bro, I'm just trying to get a little cardiovascular, and this is too much. I'm out here, I'm leaving my wrist sprain. My shoulder done fell out the socket. Like, bruh. So I go to my home gym now, and I literally get me 25-pound dumbbell. And I get down on that bench. I ain't got nothing to prove. Like, bro, I'm just trying to get a little cardiovascular. These men is out here trying to look like Mr. Olympia and then getting tore out the frame. Like, cause the heaviest thing we got to lift is grocery. So what do you need all of them muscles for? You're not picking up your car to carry it. You're getting in the car, and all you doing with your foot is just tapping that gas. I got to be careful how I do that right there. For the ooh, what do you want, girl? You anyway there, that real. Come on now. Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this right here too. You can't quench lust. So we about to start seeing down low men obituaries because they're gonna shoot they shot with the wrong one. Everybody don't get down like that. And it's highly offensive. And I see some women, they talking about, oh, they found out that they man was gay because he was homophobic. It's like, listen, it ain't about being homophobic now. Like, listen, hey, how you doing? What's going on, bro? All right now. All right. Yeah, go on about your business now. Go on about your business. Bro, all that, no. Because I'm a man. And I know how we hunt. I know how we is. If we want a certain thing, if we attracted to a certain thing, we try to try to crouch and get in position and then pounce. News. All right, bro. All right now. Yeah, good me. All right. Yeah. No. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead with that foolishness. Don't try to sit up here and open no deep conversation. And you know you like to duke it dive. No, I'm a man. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. All right. All right. Good to meet you, bro. Yeah. The same thing, like, because I'm a man and I'm heterosexual, I don't want to sit there and be talking to no woman all day, every day, because that's gonna lead to something. You have your business conversation, you have your little business. All right, what we talking about? You working on this right here in your business, your brand. That's it. Can't be sitting there just talking every day, all day about, all the dreams and all that, because I'm a man. It's like after a while, I'm gonna be ready to dive off in something now. And so the same thing, why straight men can't sit there and be entertaining. And I'm gonna tell you something like this right here. I'm gonna tell you, this is a dead giveaway now. This is a dead giveaway. This my dead giveaway. If a man who claims to be heterosexual is close friends with a gay man, he's gay. If a man who claims to be a heterosexual hires a gay man, he's gay. It's just like, and the thing about it, you can't put that in your contract. I mean, you can't put that on your application. No blacks allowed, no whites allowed, no gays allowed. You can't do that. But if you don't like that lifestyle, it's just like people who racist. They don't put on the application no blacks allowed. You're just not getting hired because they don't like black people. If somebody is sexist and it's a woman-owned company and she just hate men, she tired of men, she can't put on that application no men may apply. You just not getting hired. Same thing with a man who don't want to hire no woman in a certain position, and how black people don't get hired in certain position because the people who doing the hiring feel that this race or group of people is inferior or inadequate or too different or what have you. So I'm telling you, as a heterosexual man, if I know that men are pursuers and men are hunters, and I know a man is into men, I'm not going to be around that man because I understand the nature of a man. And I wouldn't be around a woman who has that nature. If a woman is forward and she into men and she will shoot her shot, I'm not going to be around that woman either for the same reason. The thing about it is most women can can suppress their feelings. Like they might be attracted to a man and will never say it, will never come out and tell that man. They will come to me for coaching and tell me that they work with a man that they're attracted to and they don't know what to do, or they go to church with a man that they're attracted to and don't know what to do. Should they say something? Should they sit beside them? Like, how should they handle it? Because they feel like he is their husband. And some women will make up in their mind that a man that they've never even really talked to is their husband. And that's the delusion that a lot of women be going through. So I get to see that and experience that too and hear about that. And y'all forgive me now. I ain't talking bad about you, but I'm just telling you that is no, that ain't how that work. You got to know and understand, man. You don't know a man till you get to know a man. You can't look at no man and talk about God told you that. No, God didn't tell you that, because God made man. God know how he made men. He's not going to tell you that. He's going to tell you, you got to talk to that man and be courted by that man to know if I sent him. You're not finna look at him and be able to tell. That ain't how that works. And so listen to me. This thing is real out here. And that's why righteousness is so important. That's why living right and doing the right thing is so important. And these men, they getting up in arms now. They getting up in arms. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. If you a man and you watching this, you got to stop watching ARM. You got to stop watching it, boy. Whatever you have to do. But you might need to go to that clinic and do a 40-day fast with no food. You have to break that. You got to break that. You got to get that out your brain. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I've never watched it, so I don't know what it feel like, but it's things that I've had to overcome. Like I was out there sleeping around, like in the real deal. I wasn't watching it. So when I got married, I had to break that. I had to overcome that. Like that's soul ties, that's spiritual warfare. I had to overcome that. That's why I've created like 50 companies, because I transmute that lust, that sexual energy into, and I was talking to one of my male clients the other day who watched that corn. And I told him, I said, you got to realize like sexual energy is a life force. So when you fulfill lust, your body, your brain is creating life. Your brain, that release that comes out of you, that's children. Like that's a life force. So when you transmute that and you channel that into your purpose, you're going to birth your purpose, because that is a force. Your mental, your desires, your wants, your lust, all of that is energy. All of that is spiritual. So how you use that, how you channel that determines what you produce in this world and what and who you become. So that's another sign with the Shannon Sharpe thing that he could be into men, is his life force that produce daughters. For him to say, I'm gonna only give you $30,000 for your wedding, if he had access to get way more than that, says to me, do you really love what you produced? But if you're using that life force to go over here and be over here doing this and that, is that what you really love? Like for me, man, 30,000, man, I spend that I spend 100,000 every year on each one of my sons. and they boys. So if I had a daughter, man, listen, cause they say the daughter get the dad heart in a different way. Well, I thank God I ain't got no daughter. My wife, I just came up here and throw away all her little boxes and stuff she gave me from all the gifts I done got over the last few holidays. She get so much stuff. She had the stuff from Christmas still sitting there because she just ain't need it. She ain't have room for it. It's like that's how a heterosexual man love his woman and his children. Like our love is going to be exponential. We gonna do beyond what we can do. We gonna go into debt for that love. Like, cause when you will kill for something, you'll die for something. That's a strong love. And now these men is taking and turning that love into lust and channeling that spiritual energy into pornography and to immorality, sexual immorality, and then spreading these demons and got these demons out here. And then the thing about it is, it's like, what are y'all getting into this for? Like, what is this about? And then the man, and then here go the thing. The little man Hollywood, he I seen the video they showed he spilled all the beans on Kerry Rhodes. I have not heard or seen nothing from that Kerry Rhodes. Somebody say he be on CBS talking tough, but the little man say Kerry Rhodes and digging off in him and loved it. I say, what the world? And I mean, the man just told the business. And he said he told the business because Kerry Rhodes went on TMZ talking about he not like that. And he don't do that. So the man say, oh, you making me look stupid. So the man say he finna tell. What don't y'all understand about that? The same way these women come out and tell, these men gonna come out and tell. But my thing about it is, you got a whole hand. If you really, really like that, you could have just looked at the stuff on a computer screen and use your hand. You out here really going and dookie diving and then expecting secrecy. You dealing with a human. We got Kellogg degree Cheyenne talking about telling us about Offset DMing her. That man ain't even sign up for no session. And that's probably why, because it ain't go through, she just wanted a little clout and try to say Offset DM her, trying to get a Cardi B conversation and be on that level with Cardi B and trying to make herself look like the most highly touted therapist and that all the celebrities want to work with her. Child, Offset they want to work with you. He wanted to put pole on you. That man didn't want to work with. That's why he didn't go through with it. Man was trying to lay pipe. There's a little plumage going on. That man ain't want no therapy because he know you're not no therapist. Same thing with Ray J. We see he's still out here after that therapist session, still a man. And so that's the thing. This stuff right here going around and it's trickling down. I was talking to my son and he was telling me, he was like, hey, like, Dad, there's a lot of girls that follow me and they just regular girls, you know, at the school or whatever. And he was like, it's NFL and NBA players follow some of them. I say, yeah, it's trickling all the way down to 1st Street, 2nd Street, 3rd Street, from Main Street. It from downtown all the way out to the suburbs. All that right there. That dirt degular. These men out here dirt degular now. Out here all kind of tomfoolery going on. And guess what? You're gonna be a conduit if your legs open. If your legs open, you gonna be a conduit. And the wages of sin is death. You have to understand that. There's not one lie in the Holy Bible. Ain't nobody been able to prove a single lie. They try to say it is. They try to argue about it. Ain't not one lie been proven yet. And what does it say? The wages of sin is death. If you right now in fornication, even if you married, you gotta inspect what you expect. A lot of time when you married, you won. If you feel off in your spirit and you got a little probable cause, you need to inspect what you expect. Don't get caught up all that. Oh, I trust. I don't go through phones and all of that. Child, you better check that phone. Vice versa, it'll check that phone. Every now and then, I'm gonna get my little couple scrolls. Now, what's going on in here? Because you dealing with a human. Trust God. You don't trust man. Trust God. God will never say trust man. Nowhere do it say trust man. You trust a man. And listen, I done coach women that went through their man phone. And a lady I coached, the one that stick out to me the most prominently, she went through her man phone and found videos of him and their pastor. And I can't remember if it was Georgia or California, but the man, her boyfriend was with the pastor and had videos of the pastor giving him fellatio. And I can't remember if it was him giving the pastor fellatio. It making me lightheaded about to pass out now, just repeating it. But I was so sick to my stomach. But I say, oh my goodness. She was like, what to do about it? Like, what should I do? I say, ma'am, I'm the wrong one. You need to go to Dr. Kellogg Bryant because me, ma'am, I can't tell you what I do if I was you. And I ain't got no license to lose. But ma'am, I can't tell you what I do. So, ma'am, I'm the wrong one. But at the least I can say, you 1000% need to leave and never answer another phone call again. And I'm going to tell y'all something else now, because we talk about the pound of cure, but we don't talk about the ounce of prevention. Guard your children. Guard your children. You got to figure it out. You have got to figure it out. You might not want to do that work from home customer service job, but you need to do it. If you got to drop your kids off at random people's house, if the house and the environment you dropping them off in is not controlled, your child will grow up and be like these men that we discussing. Because if it's people in and out that household, if you don't know everybody in that household, and I'm gonna tell you like something right now, take and go. One of y'all take, and I would do it if I had the time, but one of y'all take and go create a necklace that got a little recorder on it, got a little mic on it, and it can have a little camera on it. And that way you could hear everything that's being said. And you put that on your child, it might be already out there that exists. I'm pretty sure it do. Everything already exists. And you get that for your child, whether it's a bracelet or a necklace, make sure it's 100% charged. Make sure the battery life is set up. It's something that got 2-3 days battery life. And you put that on your child, you tell them, do not take this off. Do not take this off. And don't tell your mama or your daddy or your grandma or your granddaddy or your uncle or your auntie. Don't tell none of them it's a recorder. And sit there and have that earbud in your ear while you at work and be listening to everything. Have your mace and your gun on you too, just in case you got to shoot over there and handle some business. And you got to do that because I'm going to tell y'all, before the ornography, before that porn, is these men and women being violated as youth. That's what's happening before. See, them getting addicted to the stuff and watching the stuff and in the magazines and on the apps and all of that, that's an expression. That's them acting out. That's the fruit of being violated. That violation turned into an addiction. And then that addiction drive them to that. You got to get to the place to where you get ahead of that. So to the parents who never let their child stay the night nowhere, I ain't mad at you. That's what you need to do. Don't let them stay the night nowhere. Like, don't let them do no sleepover unless you know that you know that you know that where they staying at. And I got so many family members, so many friends, so many clients that done happened to. To God be the glory. It never happened to me, and that's why my perspective is different, and that's why my life is different. But it never happened to me, and I guess it just was God covering me, or maybe the Lord knew I was gonna be here one day speaking about it, and holding y'all accountable on it and reminding you how you got to move and what you got to do. But it's certain stuff like this that when it happened, you'll never forgive yourself. Like, you'll be vomiting and sleepless nights and all of that. And it's a lot of people living with that because something happened to their child and they blame themselves. But it wasn't their fault. They had to work. Now, if you left your child at somebody's house or you go to Miami and twerk, then that was your fault. But if you had to go try to provide, put food on the table, and something happened to your child while you couldn't be there because you had to work, and I'm gonna tell you something, man, you might have to figure it out. Like, every one of y'all who got a job and you got to pay for daycare, you need to be trying to form a union on your job to where your job take one of them rooms and turn that into a daycare that is only approved for people who either can't afford daycare or have no other option. And then they need to hire a couple of staff to have a daycare at the job. And it's a lot of companies that do that. You got to push for that. Or, can I bring my child to work with me? And your child sit there in your cubicle and they watch YouTube, they eat their snacks, they do some homework, they do some coloring book, and on y'all 15-minute break, y'all go walking, y'all go lunch together. Like, these y'all need workers. And they probably don't want everybody doing that. And it might say no, but if you know your situation and you know God, you got to trust God for favor, for unmerited favor. And you might be the only one that get the approval. And everybody, I want to bring my child. No, no, we can't do that. She got a special circumstance. Do we let them do that? But you got to figure it out. And if you can't do that, absolutely can't do that, then you need to get your nanny cam. Need to get your nanny cam, and you got to invest in them nanny cams. If you got to borrow some money, if you got to go on a credit card, you got a nanny cam in your mama living room, in the bedroom, everywhere. You got a nanny cam to where if it's gonna be men in that house or women in that house that you know do stuff and all that, nanny cam, and you sitting there watching it. However that work. But you got to set it up because these folks, and the thing about it is, like with a Shannon Sharpe situation, he touch on his childhood sometimes. And so I'm wondering if something happened in his childhood, because it sounded like he had, a different type of upbringing and a very humble living. And sometimes stuff could happen if you watching yourself. And now they keep bringing the man name up in this stuff. And it's sad because he's a voice and he got a platform, but it's the work of the devil. That's what the devil want. Do you realize, like, the devil want the largest voices to be sexually confused, to be maritally confused, to be a symbol of instability. So, like, and when you think about black men, think about black men who have influence, and do your top 10 black men who have influence, who have a voice that a lot of people can hear them, a lot of people listening to them. And then go through that list and see how many of them show off their relationship with a woman. And it's not a lot. It's not a lot. And so that's the sad part of this. It's like the voices we hear the most and the loudest, who got the most followers online, who got the biggest audiences. So it's like that the largest interview, I think they say 90 million views for Shannon Sharpe and Cat Williams. Neither one of them got a wife. If Cat Williams got a wife, I've never seen or heard of her. See what I'm saying? Then right now, Country Wayne, he getting over 1 billion streams a month. So he the number one video content creator, and he don't have a wife. So the message that sends to men is ignore marriage. You can live in fornication if you discipline in how you eat. Be a vegan, be a vegetarian, but you could be a sexitarian at the same time, and then you could still say the name of Jesus, still say the name of God, and you could still be blessed if you're in fornication or if you're not married. And that becomes the message. And that's what Satan wants. He wants, because let's say he living abstinent. If he's living abstinent, but he's not promoting it like veganism, then what's the point? And then if he's not living abstinent, then what that does is it provides confusion. And the devil knows that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways and receives nothing from the Lord. And then people will attribute their success to God. But if your lifestyle is not pleasing to God, then your success does not come from God. That would be counterproductive, counterintuitive. God never blesses mess. But people attribute it to God because who wants to attribute it to Satan? So they have to attribute it to God, because otherwise it'd be like, well, where else is this coming from? No, it's coming from Satan, because the content that you're producing is bringing about confusion, promoting adultery or fornication. And so it's condoning that to all of the viewers, and the devil will give you a mountaintop. And that's what a lot of these men don't understand. The devil will give you a mountaintop to be loud and wrong. He will give you a mountaintop to show that you live an ungodly lifestyle, that you're living in fornication, or you're living in homosexuality, or you're living in adultery, or you living in idolatry, or you worship mammon, which is money. And so the number one black man in sports commentary is Stephen A. Smith, unmarried. The number one black coach in sports is Deion Sanders, unmarried. The number one YouTube podcaster is Shannon Sharpe, unmarried. The number one kind of rap scene podcaster is Joe Budden, unmarried. At least I think. I'm pretty sure he got a woman, but it's not promoted. The number one content creator is Country Wayne, unmarried. So, and then if we go and we look at the equivalent in whites and Asians, we won't see that to be the case. Majority of them will be married. The number one white guy that I know of is Pat McAfee. Now, he could be unmarried, but in my mind, I'd be seeing a little black band on his finger. Based on what they're saying, Pat McAfee, he the number one white voice. Based on what he's saying, he married and been with his wife since 2016. And you see what I'm saying? So it's like the equivalent of Pat McAfee is Stephen A. Smith, unmarried, living in fornication, because he's not promoting abstinence. He's not saying, hey, I'm unmarried, but I also don't have sex. I'm abstinent because I'm I'm looking for my wife, and so I'm not intentionally out here just putting meat on these women. He ain't saying that. Now, Pat McAfee could be cheating, but we ain't got no scandals. We ain't got nothing saying that he is. So when young white boys look up to him, they say, hey, I need to get married because McAfee married. Young black boys look up to Country Wayne on the content and they're like, oh, I ain't got to get married. And I can have multiple baby mamas. I just got to grind to make enough money to take care of all my baby mamas. That's the wrong message being sent, but that's the message that Satan wants to be sent, because Satan knows that it's only going to be one Country Wayne. There will never be a second black man who could take care of 10 baby mamas or 5 baby mamas or 7 baby mamas or 8 baby mamas. There will never be another. Unless he the king of Zamunda, there will never be another. And that's not even how the algorithm works. And the thing about it, what people don't understand about the algorithm, because see, I was reaching 1 billion people a year on Facebook before anybody was. And back then it was 20 million a week. And this was 2014, 15, 2016. That's what blew my brand up. And I would go and look at my insights and then say, yo, and I was doing quotes, not even videos. It was just a written word. And Facebook shut my page down to where now I get 2 likes because the message was too powerful. The message was I had a video that talked about abstinence and not sleeping around or something like that. And it was 4 minutes long. It got 10 million views in like 24 hours and Facebook took it down because they have an agenda. So they also look at you and they see what you're talking about. And if you are positive and your lifestyle is against certain lifestyles and stuff like that, they will shut you down. They will shadow ban you. That's a real thing. They won't show, like, think about it. I got 560,000 subscribers. You think out of 560,000 people, only 500 people is available right now? No. That's just all they're going to show it to, because they don't know what I'm going to say. But when you have an audience, you have the power to mobilize. You got the power to leave a movement. So you get put on a short list and they watch you. And even though my message is clean, they could feel like, what you got to realize is I'm speaking against certain lifestyle. It's people that's presidents and VPs of companies that living the lifestyle that I'm speaking against. So when they say, man, hey, this guy got this amount of organic reach, but this is what he against, then they're going to be like, oh, okay. Boom. There you go. Let's shut it down. And so the same access is not given. Like Kev on stage, he is fighting and clawing for success. And he just got a Tubi deal. A lot of content creators and people like that, they look at Tubi like the ghetto. That man got so much reach. Why he not worth a Netflix deal? Why Netflix won't give him a deal? You see what he doing? Why he got to go to Tubi when he could go to Netflix? But it's because Netflix don't want no married husband and father in a nuclear marriage with no scandal in that position, because they don't know if he's going to try to push Christianity. They don't know if he's going to try to push the nuclear family. They don't know if he's going to be against certain lifestyles. So they got to hedge their bets on people that they know. So they say, okay, boom, this guy done been through a divorce. We see how he move. Dirt Diggler. He like to lay pipe. Yeah, well, okay, we could trust him with his messaging. Okay, this guy right here, he rumored to be down low. He in the closet. He got lawsuit for grabbing men booty and balls. Get him a deal. Oh, the guy over here, 3.5 million followers. We could get 1 million of those people to subscribe to us and be making 28 million a month off of that one person. Get him 1 million of it a month. He making 12 million a year. Tony Gaskins, no, we ain't gonna do that. You because he speak against homosexuality. Or such and such is homosexual. Or such and such is homosexual. He speak against that. He speak against down low men. Such and such who work in that office is down low. Such and such who work in that office is down low. So when the recruiters come see you and they see everything, because I done been in the offices of the top people, the top offices, they see everything. And how they find you is social media on YouTube. They see everything. That's how they get their concepts too. That's how they get their shows. That's how they get their ideas. They literally will watch you, and then they will have somebody do a loose version of your story. And it'll be a Netflix movie. It'll be a such and such movie. And they heard you tell your story. And they have somebody with that. And so you got to look at that. And it's all intentional. And a lot of people don't understand the spiritual side of things, so they don't understand why certain people are platformed and elevated. Like with Charlemagne, they gave him a big deal. Don't you think they know all about the R-word allegations that's against him that came out? And that young lady was doing interviews and doing tours saying that Charlemagne and his friends R-word her when she was in high school. They know about that. But here's the thing. They give you enough rope, but they hold it tight like a leash. So when it's time to hang you, run that article. Boom. Shoot that out to TMZ. Shoot that out to people. Shoot that out to this. Shoot that out to that. Boom. Let's research. Let's research them R-word allegations. Because we need to get out this deal with Charlemagne. Let's research it. And that's what's gonna come out. Boom. They know your secrets. They already know it. So when they ready to be done with you, you making too much money, you making too many moves, publish the article. They already knew who Bill Cosby was. They already knew who R. Kelly was. They already knew, like for example, they already knew who R. Kelly was. They still gave him a deal. They still kept giving him deals. You know what they not doing? Stealing all his money. Now they able to steal all that money because he ain't got the money to hire a forensic accountant to see what royalties he getting paid and what royalties he not getting paid. So your sin come back to work against you. Your sin come back to catch you. And the same thing with Shannon Sharpe. It's like he got all these skeletons in the closet. And so they let them build. They built them really, really, really big. But as soon as they ready to end the contract, run the store. And they pick and choose on who they want to do it to. Because when the allegations came out on Ryan Seacrest, he's still hosting that New Year's Eve countdown. And he had allegations. It's a lot of people with allegations on him now. And they ain't gonna let everybody go now. They ain't gonna let everybody go. And so that's what you got to realize. Like, what's done in the dark come to light. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, when you call by God, he will grace you. God don't call perfect people. He called willing people. He called people who willing to grow and willing to change. God let me get a decade or more than a decade away from my indiscretions before he let me make $1 million in a year. I was separated from my indiscretions for more than a decade. That's how God works. It's a marathon. It's a journey. Ain't no overnight success. Ain't no you just get on and you just blow up. That ain't how God works. That's how the devil works. Because he wants you unstable. He wants you in a position that you're not prepared for. He wants you with a level of money and a level of access that you're not prepared to handle. He wants you to get something that you've never had before. because he knows that he can get you to dive into your vices and your indiscretion. And so what happened, even with Shannon Sharpe, what happened is that was never supposed to happen. Like that's not God doing, because if it was God doing, he'll be covered. He'll have the strength. He'll have the fortitude to stay out all of this here foolishness. He wouldn't be nowhere near it if it was God doing. But that's Satan doing. Satan say, I see what you do in the dark. I'm gonna have my people open the floodgates for you. I'm gonna have them unlock the doors to put you in the positions to where you number one in your space. But what the devil does is he take you to the mountaintop and then he exposes you. He strip you naked. He shows all of your he bring all your skeletons out the closet, and then he put his foot in your back and he let everybody who had faith in you, everybody who believed in you, everybody who bought into God when you said God, he let all of them watch you do a deep dive from the top of the mountain. He let them watch you crumble. And the thing about it is, what goes up must come down. Like that's just the way that it works. Access is not taken, it's given. So even like with what Country Wayne doing, he need to get everybody email. But even if he got everybody email who watch his show, MailChimp or whoever gonna charge you $1 million a month to have 1.4 billion emails. And you could become a trillionaire if you get 1.4 billion emails. If he go to asking for emails, like if he put in his caption of his video, click the link to join my mailing list, I guarantee you within a month, Facebook will shut his videos down. He'll go from 1.4 billion views to 1.4 million because they would never let him extract that audience. And that was the mistake that I made. When I was reaching 20 million people a week, my business partner told me, you gotta get their emails. You gotta get them on a mailing list. I didn't listen. Because every time I would post a mailing list link, I would get 2,000-3,000 people to sign up. And the more people you get signed up, the more you got to pay per month. And so I didn't want that many emails because I'm like, I don't want to be spending thousands of dollars a month on the email list. I don't know what to do with the emails. When I finally started using my mailing list, is really part of what helped me make 7 figures in a year. And I realized that I could post a sale on a social network to millions of people and make 1 or 2 sales. And then I could email to 5,000 or 10,000 people and make $30,000, make 1,000 sales. So I realized the power was in that email list. So as long as you on somebody's network and they giving you reach, they're not giving you reach for you. It's not about you. They're giving you reach because they want the eyeballs of your demographic, because your demographic to them is seen as dumb and ignorant and inadequate. So they want the money from your illiterate demographic. They see that as dumb money. So they say, if we blow up these black men and give them billions of views and millions of views, we will get the eyeballs of black people who don't have financial literacy. And therefore, every ad that we serve them, they will buy what they want and beg for what they need, like Martin Luther King, who we also had all his information on, was able to expose him after he passed away. They will buy what they want and beg what they need. We will hit them with all these advertisements, but also what we doing is we capturing the eyeballs and the attention of a group of people that could be so smart and so powerful and really take over and run a whole lot of businesses. But if we can hold them for billions of hours a day, if we get in billions of hours of watch time from this demographic, we have them trapped in a mental slavery to where they can't go out and be effective because their life is so miserable and they're so broke, busted, and disgusted that all they want to do is sit and watch skits online all day. Whereas we don't have the equivalent of a white man getting 1.4 billion views a month on a skit because their demographic is working. Their demographic is trying to become millionaires, whereas our demographic is we're trying to pacify our pain. We're trying to trick our trauma. And so therefore we sit and we watch things that are all gossip and all fun and all funny because it removes us from our pain and our trauma, and we forget about how dead end our job is. We forget about how broke we are, how disgusted we are, how tore up from the flow up we are, and that's our outlet. And that's why my audience always begging for pop the balloon reviews, because it's entertainment and you get to forget about your stressful job. Now, what I do is I teach lessons from it so that when you go out into the dating world, you have lessons and you have understanding versus it just being something that you're watching for entertainment. And that's what a lot of people don't realize is like when you get that power, and this is the thing now, I don't watch, I haven't seen any of the skits and stuff, but if these skits start promoting marriage and faithfulness and like healthy relationships without a bunch of the other stuff, I guarantee you they kill the reach. I guarantee you they say, but this the other thing what they do. It's very intentional. They want to make you rich. They're counting how much money you make. They know how much they've paid you over the last 12 months. So when they kill your reach, they know you can afford to boost every post to reach your audience that they used to let you reach for free. It's a play. But if they do it too early, they shoot themselves in the foot because they know you ain't got the money. But they're not going to give you access to their audience forever. They're going to pull the plug unless you are doing what they want you to do and saying what they want you to say. And I'm going to tell you, like, right out the gate, TikTok banned me right out the gate because my messages was too real. Every video I started to post on TikTok, you go on TikTok and it's so much foolishness, it's so much craziness. Every video I would post, it would say, we can't recommend this video. We can't post this video. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, ain't no cursing in here. Ain't no derogatory terms in here. But it was because right out the gate, they staff saw. Because on my fourth video, I got over 1 million views. On my fourth video, and that got me over 70,000 followers. So, of course, I broke records. I shattered their algorithm, but I shattered it with the truth. And so after that, they started banning every one of my videos because they don't want you to be conscious. They don't want you to have people thinking. They don't want you to be credible. If you make people think, but you have no credibility, they okay with that because they understand you shooting yourself in your foot. So the same thing goes. If you saying Jesus is Lord, but you live in fornication, they know that there's no power in your voice. There's no power in your message because people looking at your lifestyle. But if you say Jesus is Lord, but you married and faithful, now they know you finna lead a Christian movement and they want an agnostic movement. They want an atheist movement. They don't want a Christian movement. They don't want God to have the most power. But guess what? God got so much power that he still get all the glory, because I guarantee you, whoever win the NBA finals, somebody gonna say, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Somebody gonna say it at the highest stage. Every time a champion wins, somebody say, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And boy, them people go to cringing. They be so mad, but they realize it'll be too blatant to cut their voice out. It'll be too blatant to not. And we don't know enough about them people lifestyle for us to refute how they living. And so that's the thing, what people don't understand about this reach, about these platforms, about their access. And so a lot of times, that's why I don't waste my money and my time trying to do nothing real big and trying to do like no big old platform and all of that, because I already understand that you don't own nothing. Just like your house, you got to pay property taxes forever. The moment that your family lineage cannot afford property taxes, you losing that house in tax deed sale. Point blank, they make sure you own nothing. So like right now with Destiny, Apple has, if you go on Apple and you search dating app, you can scroll for days. They telling us Destiny, the most intentional dating app, They trying to make us change this, change that to get on Apple. I'm about to find an email address. If one of y'all work at Apple, y'all let me know who I need to reach out to. But they trying to make us change it and trying to tell us like we ain't gonna let y'all in the Apple store. And if we have to just go to Google and it's just for the Android users, I'm gonna do it. I ain't gonna let you shut me down. If I just got to make it a website and it's a .com, I know it's not gonna be as sexy. I know it's not gonna be as easy, but I'll make it a website because before it was an app, it was websites. But you ain't gonna stop. You ain't gonna stop what the Lord got me doing. But that's what they trying to do. They trying to make a jump through all kind of hoops and all of this right there. That's why I'm building the wait list. They get on the wait list. It's gonna be something. We're gonna turn into something. And we gonna if I have to file a lawsuit, because how you letting all these right here trash apps, all this right here, and then you talking about our app ain't original enough or ain't this enough. You know that's the devil. You know that's spiritual warfare right there. But that's what's real. And a lot of people who are they conspiracies, conspiracy theorists or whatever, they think that what we be talking about is a conspiracy. Oh yeah, right. But then I'm living it. Go look in the app store and search dating apps and see how many dating apps there. Don't download now one of them. Now gonna probably hack your phone and put a bug on your phone. How they gonna let all them in there and then tell us Destiny? Oh, you got to change this, change that. Oh, you need to do this. Oh, you need to do that. Oh, you need all that right there, trying to deny us. You already know that's spiritual because that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. That thing highly designed, that thing highly curated, and we put in there that is from my brand, 20 years experience, 3.5 million followers online, all of that. And they still trying to give us a hard time. But guess what? God will set you up. God will let somebody play in your face and try you so he could show you he God. I might end up, they block us out that store. I'm going to get me a lawyer. Might be one of y'all who do lawsuits, civil law. We might end up with $1 billion. We might literally win $1 billion because dating apps like Bumble was offered 1.3 billion. We might end up with $1 billion without ever even having to release the app because of discrimination. Listen, and guess what? Got so much money, it's up to the judge because the judge gonna say, what do you mean? You can't let this app in the app store when you got 1 million dating apps in the app store and some of your apps ain't been downloaded in years. Why can't you just delete that one and put his in there? You see he's active. You see he got a following. What are you talking about, Apple? Hey, so I love when people try me. That's how I got the free Hellcat Red Eye. I went in there with $500,000 worth of car notes already on my credit, with perfect credit, perfect payment history, with a pre-approval from one of the largest banks in the area who do their floor plan. All they had to do was punch in the code and pull up my loan. Instead, they ran my credit. I got the notification that they ran my credit. I went in there and I talked to that man and I said, y'all ran my credit without my permission. I told you not to run my credit. I gave you the approval code. You say that this bank is who do y'all floor plan. So all you had to do was log on the computer, punch in this code. And my deal would have came up. You could have done the deal. Y'all got greedy and wanted to run my credit. You ran my credit. I do real estate deals. Y'all done ran my credit 4 times. That could drop me down to the lower tier, which will increase my interest rate on a multi-million-dollar real estate deal. And now I'm paying hundreds of thousands of dollars more because y'all done messed up my credit and dropped me down to the lower tier because you ran my credit when you didn't need to. I say, I want the most expensive car on the lot for free. He said, sir, I can't do that. I say, you gonna do that or you about to get sued for 7 figures? And I'm gonna subpoena all the records. And we finna show how many people done come in here with a pre-approval that y'all still illegally ran a credit so that you could get the points on the back end for doing the deal. Play with it. I say, sir, today is your date with destiny. That might be why Destiny called that it's a date with destiny. I say, sir, today is your date with destiny. Because if you did this to me, somebody who is a millionaire in every way, with followers online and with dollars, what you do to that old black lady when she walk in here? I say, so today is your grace. I said, I could cost you millions of dollars, or I could cost you 80,000 for that Hellcat. I ain't even know what a Hellcat was. I just told the most expensive car. I ain't even know what a Hellcat was. At that time, I'm gonna be honest with you, I drive foreigns. I ain't drive American cars. So I didn't even know what it was. That's why when he gave it to me, I ain't know it was a narrow body because I ain't know nothing about it. They gave me the narrow body instead of the wide body. But I know it's a red eye, and it had 717 horsepower, and I know I got it for free. And I signed a dotted line, and on the paper that I signed, it said that it was worth 77,000 all in, and I walked out of there with free. So that's what you got to realize is God do things differently. So when you see these people out here with these platforms, and these platforms is untamed, these platforms is promoting all this foolishness, these platforms is promoting adultery and fornication and all of that right there, there's no loyalty from Satan. And that's what I want Shannon Sharpe and everybody else out there. If you promoting and all you do, I understand if you're going to bring voices, all the voices around, but it's like, Shannon, you know who I am because you done read one of my DMs. You done brought on guys who audience is smaller than mine. Why you ain't bring me on there? To balance the scales, to talk from a different perspective, to promote marriage and faithfulness, to promote the nuclear family. So if all you promote is atheists and people who living wrong, not doing right, and all of that right there, I don't know if you know, and I'm gonna tell you, the people who go on these podcasts, they're not as strict as I am. They message even the Christians. A lot of these Christians is cussing Christians. So they still don't really count. But they ain't really bringing nobody who really, really, really 10-toe down, living all the way by the word of God. They not doing that, because also these things be hunting grounds and breeding grounds. It be hunting grounds because they get a lot of tail. They get a lot of tail. And I'm gonna tell you, some people, this is where what you could call grace, but one of the things about it is some people could call this grace because, oh, you know what? I forgot I had another meeting. Some people could call it grace, but what y'all don't realize is a lot of these secrets will never come out. So these platform people, these men, they can go and bust the booty hole of a young man who is 18, 19 years old. And that boy will never tell because he's not of that lifestyle. Like he's not where, like y'all got to realize the man Hollywood is a grown man and he not sharing receipts. Like that man, he told on Carrie Rose for whatever reason. I think it's because they was in a relationship and then Carrie lied. And I think that made him mad. He felt like a busted grape and felt used. But for whatever reason, he ain't telling everything he know about Shannon. Now, one day, if that brain go to declining and he started getting to see now, people got to worry. And see, when people holding secrets like that, people try to lace that coffee. People try to get them on up out of here because they don't want that stuff to come out now. And so that's what you got to realize with a lot of these platforms. It's a lot of power. It's a lot of influence. Like, and so when a person live a certain way, they will take, and let me see something real quick, y'all. They will take and they could get over. And a lot of people won't tell because they don't want that exposure. They don't, and that's what we call grace. When we do stupid stuff, if you do something stupid and it's with somebody who they don't want to be in the limelight, they don't want to be famous, they don't want to be known, they'll go ahead and buy their business and they'll chalk it up. And that happens more often than not. So when stuff starts to come out, that's when you know that's just the tip of the iceberg, because most people won't tell. Like, to tell something, that's a rarity. Most people will not tell because most people don't want no microscope on their life. So if they were the other woman, or if they were the other man, if the secrets of Atlanta and the secrets of LA and the secrets of New York and the secrets of Houston, the secrets of Miami could talk, we all would be dead. We would just fall out of disbelief. Like, we will cease to breathe because of disbelief of what we just heard. And so the thing about it is, it's a lot of people who have skeletons, and it's a lot of people who got, like, and it's a lot going on. And I know a lot of it because I'm a life coach, but that's just against my code. Like, I don't want to be a gossip blogger, so I don't tell the stuff that I know. I just teach a lesson. And sometimes I'm teaching a lesson, and that's why people be saying Tony jealous. And that's because they don't have the information that I have. So they looking at what they can see, and they don't understand that I'm tied in deeper, that I'm not a regular person, that I am an influencer. I am a celebrity life coach. I coach some of the biggest people in the world, and I'm on an NDA. I get flued out to meet in a private, undisclosed location under an NDA to do coaching sessions of some of the biggest people in the world. But I can't talk about that like Cheyenne, because I'm not a clout chaser. So a lot of times when I'm talking on something, it's because I have other information and I'm teaching a lesson, and the lesson is really for the person that I'm talking about, so that they could hear it and be like, hold on, man, kind of, hold on, what all do he know now? And they go to looking at my following, and then they'll see, oh snap, person right here I did this with, follow him. Oh snap, what's going on, man? How much do he know? Too much. But I don't care to tell, because it ain't about expose. It ain't about gossip. It's about changing your life. It's about falling on your knees, not to open your mouth, but to cry to the Lord in prayer, and to ask for forgiveness, and to ask him to renew your spirit, and to renew your mind, to ask him for grace, to ask him for forgiveness, to ask him to be your Lord and Savior, and for you to come near the cross, and for you to tap into your purpose, and for you to be more than a social security number. That's the goal. That's what I need you to do. And that's why when people get on here and they be like, hey, listen, who Tony think he is, the moral authority? Absolutely. Absolutely. That one guy, he put me out talking about the manosphere police. I'll be that. I will be that. And I'm still working on myself, because I will slap you in your mouth. I will put you in your grave. So I'm still working on my temperament. And that's why I stay behind this here computer screen right here talking, because I already know I'll slide you if you get slick out your mouth. I already know my shortcomings. I already know how I'm wired. And so that's why I don't try to be big and bad and all that. And I don't to talk all loud and be cussing and doing all of that right there. I ain't got nothing to prove. I know who I am. And so that's why I'm trying to get people to get more morally intact, because these people is morally bankrupt. And then everybody want to look like, sound like, and try to talk like, and all of that. And then want to talk about, oh, these people don't know what they talking about in relationships and all. How I don't know what I'm talking about when I'm married and faithful with one wife, where my two sons come from that one woman, and you got multiple baby mamas, but you saying I don't know what I'm talking about. You got multiple baby mamas. Your money's divided up all kind of way. All my money go to my two kids. I don't have to pay another woman no alimony, no child support. I ain't got to pay no kids outside of my household. But I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm giving you the blueprint, but I'm hating. How I'm hating if I'm winning? What am I jealous of? I was talking I think I was talking about Torrey Robertson, and it was a dummy in the comments talking about Tony jealous. Jealous of what? Somebody lying on the Holy Spirit and lining up a hot corner in hell? What am I going to be jealous about? It's like, if I look better than you and talk better than you and make more money than you, that means if I wanted the woman you got, I could have had her. But I'm not low down enough to divorce my wife to go marry somebody, because I'm gonna build my own table. I'm not trying to get the heads to see that somebody else table that somebody else done built, because a lot of people building a mansion on the sand. So now you the heir to a mansion built on the sand, because the man who built it is not without scandal, because they saying he's a power bottom. And as soon as they said it, then he went to backtracking and stuttering and talking about, well, if I did do it, all I got to do is repent. So that right there make me think, is you guilty? And then now after that, it's like all these strokes and seizures and stuff start to happen. It's like, man, what is this? Is this a reckoning? Like, why would you want to be the heir to that? I want to build what God told me to build. I want to build it the way God told me to build it. Lord, forgive me for my sin. Because Lord, I'm far from perfect. Lord, forgive me for my sins. But Lord, give me the strength to let my sins remain in the past. You say you throw it into a sea of forgetfulness and remember it no more. Lord, let me be removed from my sin. Let my indiscretion be far from me, Lord, and give me the strength and the wisdom and the clarity to carry the message that you done called me to carry. Lord, elevate me at your time. Lord, I'm not doing custom thumbnails. I'm not doing SEO. I'm not doing keyword tags, because I don't want to be famous on man terms. Lord, whatever message you want to get out to the people, I'm going to be obedient and record it, and you determine how far it goes. I ain't going to do no tricks of the trade for it, because I'm not trying to be famous on man's terms. And a lot of these people, they grew up as lames. They grew up, and I don't mean in a derogatory way. I mean, that's how they was treated. They was overlooked, or they was mistreated, or they didn't feel confident. They was either too tall or too short or too skinny or too thick or too this or too that, too light, too dark, too white, too black. And it messed with their ego. It messed with their self-esteem. So when they get grown, now they want to get everything that they left behind. Now they want to claim everything that they didn't get. Now they want to lay pole and have 5, 10 baby mamas. Now they want to have all these models, all these scribbles. Now they want woman booty hole and man booty hole. Now they want all of this right here, and because they feel like they're trying to make up for lost time. So that's the thing. It's like, man, I'd rather my sin be behind me. I was out there bad. At what they call him, but I got out at 21 years old. Like they say, a fool at 40 is a fool indeed. I got out at 21 years old. A lot of people be trying to use my story against me, and I'm the one who told you the story, dummy. You wouldn't even know the story had I not told you, dummy. And I told you so you could see the power of God, so you could see what the Holy Spirit can do when somebody surrenders and is obedient to his will and his call. So you could see what a 180 look like, dummy. So you using my story against me, and you comparing your old musky 30-something, 40-something, 50-something, 60-something year old self to my 20-year-old self. You condoning your sleeping around, and you's an old fool. I got out the game at 21 years old. I'm 42. So I've been out here clean skating, moving around, clean, with my name clean, keeping my name out your mouth. That's why you don't see no scandals and all of that popping up. And listen, Tasha K done been sued by Cardi B, and you see she's still talking, because she got a job to do. She got a job to do. So she might say allegedly more than she used to, but she's not afraid to expose you. So if a woman write her today and say, hey, I'm sleeping with Tony Gaskin, here go our text messages, here go the pictures, it's coming out tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow. Because guess what? Shannon Sharpe got enough money. Cause I'm gonna tell you like this right here. If I was Tasha K, I'd have went to Shannon Sharpe and say, listen, Playboy, I'm gonna charge you 1.4 million for this here story not to run. What you wanna do? Because if I owe Carter B 1.4 million, oh yeah, all the rest of these stores, the net 14, I'm finna charge you 100,000. Got my 1.4 Carter. Here you go. All right, bye. Here you go. But she ain't doing that because she got a job to do. And so that lets you know she ain't got no respect of persons, meaning anybody could get it. If your name in that DM, your name coming out. She might reach out to you to verify, let you know, see if you're going to say something on it. You try to act like you ain't see it, like you ain't read it. Right there. When she reached out to me for an interview, I went right on the interview. Cause I say when I do this interview, that's gonna let people know I ain't finna come on the interview if I got skeletons in the closet, cause not everybody finna see it. So I went right on over there, crossed the aisle, did the interview. And when I sat down with her, guess what? She was respectful. She was respectful. And not off the camera. She told me to my face off the camera. She said, no, I ain't got nothing on you. She said, I ain't never received no email about you. She was like, that's why I call you, because I know you live the right way. I sat down and had dinner with her and her husband. They were real nice people. So it's like, yeah, she do that job right there. She exposing a lot of stuff, which, to be honest with you, I think is helpful. People might not like her delivery, but I think it's helpful because your butt see. You keep acting a fool, you're gonna end up on the blog. Like, if I'm a man, that right there gonna wake me up. If I see my colleague is on the blog for busting grapes and I'm out there doing the same thing, man, I'm finna shut it all the way down, because you finna end up on the blog. And then when you on the blog, then y'all sending it to me. I don't watch the blog. Y'all send that to me. So I serve the people with a message from the Lord. That's why y'all always see me put a spin on it. And I'm always teaching and I'm always leading you back to the cross to tell you, come out that sin. That's why I call out Torrey Roberts. Stop trying to justify divorcing your wife. There is no justification for what you did, how you did it. Shut up. Do not write another book. Ride off into the sunset. Live off your wife's money. Take over the church. Talk to the flock that you are in charge of, and stop trying to be seen. Stop trying to be famous. Nobody want to read your book. Nobody want to hear your mouth. Nobody want to see you on no platform. Nobody think you anointed. Nobody think you are called. Hush. Let the Lord renew you. Let the Lord heal you, and shut up. Stop trying to get fame. Stop trying when you know that you got skeletons in your closet, when you know you're not living right and doing right. And I'm gonna tell you like this right here. The Lord might really call Sarah one day and might really convict her spirit. And Torrey be trying to use, let no man tear asunder what God put together. That don't mean that it can't be torn asunder. It say let no man, but man tear up what God trying to do every day. That's what sin is. Sin is us tearing up what God trying to give us. He trying to give us salvation, and we trying to mess it up every day. So that don't mean that if God put it together, that it'll never come to an end, because he give free will. So people try to say that every divorce is because God didn't put it together. That's not true. You don't think God bless you with your child, but your child still go out and be a prodigal. So that lets you know that people have free will. So yes, if God put it together and you seek the face of God, it could stay together. But if you go out and you do what you want to do, God let you do what you want to do. You're going to reap the consequences. So he trying to say him and his ex-wife weren't put together by God. But you think, so y'all weren't put together by God, so you think God will introduce you to your wife replacement while you still married? and then a month after your divorce is final, you marry the new woman. That's what God did? Huh? When God do like that? When does God work like that? Like now help me understand that. See, if God didn't put you together, he gonna give you the strength if both of y'all are Christian and seeking his face. Because he tell the believer not to lead the unbeliever, because they might become a believer because of you. So what you're saying don't even make sense. Because if you're a Christian and she a Christian, then that means Christ is your power. Christ is your source. So how is something failing if Christ is the source of both of y'all? It's different if Satan is one of y'all's source. Then it can't work. And that's what it happened with Torrey Roberts. Satan was his source. Satan was whispering in his ear, I got more for you. I got a platform for you. I got fame for you. I got more influence, more access, more reach. I got this big platform over here. Got this young lady. She got pregnant when she was 13 because her dad was a pastor and wasn't paying her much attention. She got pregnant when she was 13. She married. I'm destroying her marriage. So let me destroy yours, and I'm gonna bring y'all together. 2 destroyed marriages. Come on, man. What's better than this? And then I'm gonna give you this word, call it purpose, because I know scripture. That's what the devil said to Torrey. I know scripture. I quoted scripture to Jesus. So I'm gonna give you this word about 5 keys to know your soulmate. And I'm gonna let that go viral. So the video I give you to explain that your new wife is your soulmate, I'm gonna let that go viral on my internet waves of YouTube when none of your other messages have gone viral. When you was living right and you was faithful and you was married, none of your messages gone viral. But the message that you share to excuse away your divorce is, I'm gonna make that go viral. How you like that deal? Come on over here. And instead of him responding to Satan the way Jesus did, he fell for it. And then now he going around to babies in the Lord and trying to fool them. And they sitting there in the amen corner like a fool in the peanut gallery, because every Christian in the world know that B. Simone is a baby in the Lord, and that's like stealing candy from a baby. You could go up to her and tell her the Holy Spirit said the sky really is purple, and she'll be able to, oh, Shando, whoa. You know what? I always thought I saw a hue of purple out there. Oh my goodness, this is purple. Oh my goodness. And so that's what he went and did. Went and ran a play. Got me a fool with an audience of fools. Go over here and tell her the Holy Spirit said to divorce my wife. And my wife ain't did nothing but build me, make me, shape me, teach me the ropes, build my church, build my audience, validate me, lead the women in the church, minister to them, cultivate them, make my house a home. That's all that wife did. And the Holy Spirit told you to lead that. That's what these men out here looking for. You left what these men looking for. And now you got a woman who ain't got the time to do none of that because she bigger than you. She booked and busy. She ain't got the time to be no wife. She ain't got the time to be submissive or none of that. You talking, oh, submission? No, you trying to convince her. You talking circles, and you had to go get a woman 15 years younger than you. And yet still is seen as more anointed than you. Now, how do that make sense? You see what I'm trying to tell you? These people is serving y'all dookie pie and telling you it's double chocolate. And you sitting there eating dookie pie like the lady on the help. You eating dookie pie and have been told it's double chocolate. And you mm, did you use like the Dubai chocolate by, by chance? Is this dark chocolate? My, ain't that what y'all falling for? Everything you hear. Oh, maybe the Lord did say that. Mm, maybe I should let my husband cheat long as he ain't paying her bills. She a millionaire. She might know what she talking about. Listen to these men talking about women the problem. That's why they ain't married at 50 years old. What? Huh? But what the rest of us doing then? I've been married since 23 and 2 weeks. I turned 23 March 8th, got married March 30th. I'm 42 years old. So how I got married then? I was a college athlete too. I was him. How I got married? See what I'm saying? Y'all got to stop falling for the okie doke. Stop falling for the okie doke. Stop falling for that tomfoolery. But hey, got a meeting. I had it at 1 o'clock, pushed it back to 1:30. Working on a project for life coaches and consultants. So y'all stay tuned. I'll share that with y'all. And also working on a project for those who aren't in a position to afford coaching, but want some sound wisdom and feedback. And so working on a project, got a meeting on that here in a minute. So God bless you. Hey, if you missed any of this, let this play while you sleep. Get in your subconscious so you can wake up thinking right, or let it play while you working or what have you, and get that in your spirit and get you a little something there, because you're gonna need that, and it's gonna bless you. It's gonna help you. All the important links in the description. Shannon and Torrey and Hollywood and Jonathan, y'all click that link in the description and make a donation to the boys' summer program, and we'll talk to the Lord on your behalf and just ask Him to bless it, and keep y'all head up. And I'm here if you need me. Call me, reach out to me. I'm gonna be real with you now. It might hurt your feeling. I'm gonna be real with you, but I'm gonna get you near that cross. God bless you. Keep your head up, and we'll talk soon.